man. It's a big thing.
Yeah, that's what's goody.
We're live, man. We're officially live.
What's happening?
Omar Gooding, Hold the Junior, is in the building.
Yeah. No junior. No junior.
No junior, bro. Are you tired of hearing that? Like when people mess up like that?
I just did somebody else's podcast. I won't throw him under the bus, but this was yesterday, bro. And I got on as soon as he started. So you ready to go? I'm excited to have you ready. And hey, welcome to podcast. I got Omar Gooding Jr. I said, stop. No. I like, start over, brother. Start over. Press play.
Bro, what? They must have not done the research, man, because even though I think maybe a while back I probably said it too, just like talking about your movies or whatever. But when I watched, I did my research and I knew for sure, that did not say that. That guy must have not done his research. You know what I mean? To do that,
it's just a split, man. I get how people do it, but I figure the more noise I make, eventually it'll happen. People will get it. But like,
if you keep on making music, they're gonna be calling you Big O.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, so we don't have much time, so I want to get through this stuff because I got so much stuff to cover real quick. First of all, thank you for being here on Smokes World. A lot of my local people here, they're real excited for this. They're like I think a lot of people didn't believe me. You know what I mean? I think they're like, man, I don't know, bro. So Omar Gooding is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He is here, man. He's done great things. Y'all seen him in hanging with Mr. Cooper. Y'all seen him on Baby Boy. Y'all seen him, and me. A lot of people don't know that you rap though. A lot of people don't know that, but they're gonna find out after this interview. They're gonna know what kind of bars you bring to the table. Okay. Everybody go in the comment section and let me just give me the earth emojis for Smokes World, all that good stuff, man. So yes, we have you in the building. First, I want to say, do you remember all your bars? Are you pretty good at remembering where like all the stuff you spit?
Nah. That's kind of like the challenge I have with hip hop because when I'm about to perform live on stage, I have to go over it. Like I really like all day long I'm bumping. It's my shit. I wrote every bar I've ever spit in my life, but I have to. It's repetition because I got just a lot of shit in my brain, bro. I mean, from the TV shows I do, like Family Time. We did 91 episodes of Family Time for Bounce. That was the most I've ever had to memorize in my life. But I can store it, get it in, and dump it. And the thing is, after I've done the scene, it's gone. People be like, what's your favorite episode of Smart Guy? And da-da-da. I'll be like, I don't know. Play it. And I'll be watching it too going, I wonder what I say next. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of it for me is just in the moment. But I love hip-hop. It's a passion. It's been a parallel career for my acting. But acting has paid the bills. So I can't really do because when you do something, you really need to put all 100% into it. You know what I mean? I put 100% in the production, in the writing, in the laying, in the delivery, and articulating, in the booth. I'll be in there for a minute, spitting and getting it right. You know what I'm saying? But what's really needed is the push and what the record labels used to bring to artists and whatnot. So now with social media, which is so dope, this last joint I did, it really got your attention, other people's attention. The first one that I did really blew people's mind was Homage. That was the one, not like the first song I've done, but I mean, that's the first. And what really happened, what really took it off is that YouTube just decided to share it with everybody.
Yes.
And it went from like 12,000 views to like 100,000 views over a weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then just recently with this Camron beef, the same type of thing happened because I addressed it, then I dropped it, and the right people took off, and I get write-ups and source and everywhere. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Shout out to Angela Yee. She actually talked about it on her syndicated radio show. Angela Yee, right?
Shout out to everybody that's been posting and blogging and sharing and getting awareness out there, man. So it's dope. Now I know, when you're on something, you have self-confidence is one thing, but when you hear the people really back you saying, yo, give us more, stop. Yes. I had a homeboy tell me a long time ago, man, you holding the West Coast back because you need to release. Why you just holding on to this music? I'm like, man, my bad. So God is good right now, man. So I'm on fire. I'm gonna keep.
That's good, man. So I start when I heard about you rapping, it was homage. For a lot of people, it's homage. And you go down the comment section, and people are saying, "Why is this barely hitting the algorithm?" It's like insane.
5 years later, it was nuts. Yeah. It was nuts. And the video is dope too. So I always post just little clips that say, "Yo, go check this video out of the song that I'm doing." Everybody sees it, go, "Damn, that boy be spitting!" But you gotta see the whole video. I got Jason Weaver in the video. Me and my boy Cuzzo, we do this little intro, and as it slides through, y'all see we put some work into it. And shout out to Focus from Aftermath. Focus is behind. He's I would say he's number one or number two producers underneath Dre and Dre's stable of phenomenal producers. But Bernard Edwards Jr., aka Focus, that's my man from way back. He's the one that produced Homage.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're gonna get to that. If I say a line, do you think you can remember
Sure.
where it was from?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a line. Okay. It's time to bust skills. I took a lyrical pill, so hold up, step back, and let me flow at a standstill.
In a standstill. Wait, hold on. Damn, that's let me flow at a standstill. Nah, man. I gotta make sure you got that quoted correctly.
No, it is. Yeah. It's time to bust skills. I took a lyrical pill, so hold up, step back, and let me flow at a standstill.
Flow at a standstill. Is that from Pissing Me Off?
Hanging with Mr. Martin, episode 11.
Oh, Hang on, Mr. Cooper. First,
yeah, Hang on, Mr. Cooper. Season 1, episode.
Hang on, Mr. Cooper. Oh yeah, hell no.
It's season 1, episode 11.
Like old school. He said, "Let me bust it." That was on what? I gotta Google that shit. Episode 11.
Season 1, episode 11.
That's crazy.
You rapped twice. There was another line too, but that was you rapped twice.
Oh, no, hell no. No, if the questions are like that, I'm gonna fail every one of them. Hold on. Hang with Cooper. I gotta make a
that's just one I had like that.
That is funny. Episode 11. And it's crazy because I wasn't in every episode of the first 3 seasons. I didn't become a series regular until the last
4th season you became full. Yes.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I thought that'd be fun. That's that's a line. How old were you at that time?
Oh my God. So season 1, 15. I was 15 years old. Damn, I didn't know they had me rapping on there. That's dope. And then I did something in the I didn't do the intro to Smart Guy. That's what I'm
okay. So a lot of people don't know, but I mean, you've said this in many interviews, so we're gonna get through that real quick. Because I want to break down bars, what I want to do, but I just want to get over stuff real quick. Your father was a singer. He was part of a group called The Main Ingredient. Your mother was in a group called The Sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know his father was Omar Gooding Sr., and he had the song "Everybody Plays the Fool."
No. My father was Cuba Gooding Sr.
Senior, yes.
Not Omar Gooding. See, that's the problem. People think Omar Gooding was my dad. Then my name would be Omar Gooding Jr.
Yeah, I just messed up.
It was Cuba
Gooding Sr.
Yeah, my brother's Cuba Gooding Jr.
You're Omar Gooding.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's where your background in music is. Your mother and father were singers.
Yes, absolutely. Writers. They're very artistic. They're from Harlem. Both of them were born in Harlem, raised in the Bronx. And then my brother and sister, who are 1 year apart but 10 years older than me, 9 and 10 years respectively, were born in the Bronx. Then they moved to California. 5 years later, Oski was born. You know what I'm talking about? I was born in Pacoima, California, and raised pretty much everywhere through Los Angeles Unified County. You know what I'm talking about?
Let's go. How was it growing up in Los Angeles, man?
It was the shit, man. I mean, I went to North Hollywood High School, which is the Valley. But that's where I was school. You know what I'm saying? I got people from Compton, people from Lemur, people from South Central. You know what I'm saying? So we would do like the Sundays on the Shaw. You know what I'm saying? And that's where my hip hop was really born. You know, we would do.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we did the Budweiser. If you know, underground hip hop, the best of the West and the Budweiser thing, man. We did that circuit for a while. I performed at the House of Blues. I've done a lot of like hip hop for me, and freestyling was just off the dome. That's what we would do. That was it. Anywhere about memorizing shit, we would just go crazy, you know.
That's real popular in Cali. Yeah, in Cali.
Like, you ain't got no bars, my nigga. I'd be like, let's go, you know. And niggas would beatbox. You ain't no put a beat on, you know. They would booms, booms, and we just, you know, go at it. You know what I'm saying? And that was for me, and it was fun. It was fun growing up, and you know, I met a lot of cats, man. We auditioned for dudes like John Sally and these other cats, a couple of labels. We actually signed a deal with Thump Records and released a single called Mamacitas. That was what my group was called Legion at the time. So I was in a lot of groups, man. As I had my peoples with me, and everybody, you know, brought something to the table. So niggas all had bars that was rocking with me. And I didn't wind up dropping any solo albums until 2017. Actually, 2019. I actually put it out. My son was born in 17th. I did an album. And I released. It's funny you talk about people be calling me Big O. That's what my rap name is, right?
Yes.
But when I put an album out under Big O, no one really knew who I was or how, you know what I'm saying? That you go under Big O and you see all these different names and all these different cats. Like, who is it? I don't see Omar. That's why I go under Omar Gooding. So when people say, how can I find your music? Look for Omar Gooding. If you look up Big O, you find some other cat. Be like, that ain't him.
Yeah. I've seen that. So you've been rapping for a while, and then you had that album you're talking about, but you took the album down, right?
Sure did. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna re-release it. I left the two singles up, Homage and Swim,
Swim.
featuring Black Soul. So those are the two singles that are out that you can still get it. The rest of the album I did take down. I know a lot of my true fans are mad, like, man, you gotta bring that album back. Because I wanted to tweak it, I want to add some stuff to it and then release it as a full like 19, 20 songs type of thing. And that's something still in the works that I got kind of down the line. So since then, though, I released Succession. Now, Succession was me and Stolly Ray. Me and Stolly Ray actually no, I'm sorry, I'm getting all over the place here. Succession I released 2 years ago on my birthday, and that was produced by Keys the Mogul. Shout out to Steven Keys the Mogul Ellis. That's my man. We did a whole album together, and then before that, I did an album with Stolly Ray, which was called Old Money Volume 1. So you want to do some research, find that joint. There's some slappers on that joint. And then I just released my single on my birthday last year, I'm sorry, called Overstand Me, produced by DJ M80. And him and I are putting together an album right now. So that album's going to have, we'll put one of the disc records on there. I'm releasing, you getting the exclusive. I'm releasing a single on Valentine's Day. It's kind of dedicated to wifey. It's Valentine's John. But it's dope. It's dope. It's called a Hold On Me, featuring Kosher Dills and the singer on the hook, which I can't remember right now, but I should have made a note of. But shout out to that. We're going to drop that on the end of this week. And then I think, the title of the album is I'm Him. So I got a title track called I'm Him. That's another one that Steven Keys the Mogul did. That is a banger. Awesome. But most of the tracks on the album are produced by DJ M80, man. I think y'all gonna like this.
We're gonna get to that. Let's talk about Swimmer. Let's talk about in your third verse, you said life rips you apart, then shows you up. What don't kill you makes you stronger, will probably still grow you up. So just promise you won't give up, and I promise to soldier up and make problems for those that make you a promise but don't show up. I promise to blow shit up.
Yeah.
Praise. Yeah. I love the way you play with them words, bro. And people don't notice that you're actually a lyricist. You're not just some actor trying to rap. You're a rapper that happens to act. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Can you explain that bar real fast? What you're thinking when you wrote that?
Yeah, man. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of people that don't follow through. Even the point of Swim too. The hook is the shit that got me. And this is the honest truth about it. The man gave me the beat. Focus gave me the beat. I wrote like 4 verses to that joint, right? And then I said, but I don't have a hook. And he goes, let me get the hook. He contacted Black Soul. Soul sent that. Funny how they never know your name. I said, wait a minute, what? I wrote 3 new verses. And those are the verses that actually made the song. There was nothing wrong with the other ones, but there was also some other shit. I was just spazzing out on the beat itself. But once I heard that, I said, okay, let me get into it. So the lyrics to that one, man, it echoes the sentiment of the hook itself. People would rather see you drown than help you swim. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather just see if you can swim rather than try to help you along in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it kind of echoes my musical career. I've met a lot of people that were already well established in the game. You know what I'm saying? In hip hop, I've done movies with Snoop Dogg, Camron. I've done. I just did one that just released recently, called what's the name of this track? Trap City, where I play a nigga in prison and I unwrapped. I actually wrote some bars while I was in prison and I spit them for your man. You know what I mean? So these dudes know how I get down. But the collaboration effort, it hasn't really been there. Let me just put it that way. I don't want to start too much shit if I don't have to. But for the most part, a lot of niggas be like, oh, Omar got bars? Yeah. That's DJ Battle Cat. He know. He be like, bruh, when you ready, you let me know. I'm like, nigga, I'm ready. He's like, nah, when you ready, because you be playing. I'm like, I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, trust me, you'll know when to call me. I'm like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? I released these last 2. G Malone hit me. Glasses was like, yo, just tap me in, my nigga. Let me know. I'm like, all right. Right now, it's just me venting. But if it's time to get battle ready, I got soldiers ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
let's go.
Now, you know what I'm saying? For now, I'm just like, let me just get mine off and get established before I bring. That's another thing, too. It's like, I don't want to be known as the dude that such and such put on anyway, So I could do these collaborations with somebody else and probably blow up in that regard. But then you'll always have that, oh, what's the name put him on? I'm like, nah, put me on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a longer route. it's a longer road to have to try to establish yourself rather than get signed to this label or to come out under this producer or so forth and so on. Like I've known Dre for years. He know I got bars. Like I told you, one of his main dudes been playing my shit for years. We've had conversations, but not about
Dre?
Dr. Dre. Yeah, we never had musical conversations. Funny thing is, our last conversation we had was right after he signed the deal. I happened to be in the studio when he made his $1 billion Beats deal. And then he pulled me aside. He wanted to talk about some movies and some stuff he's trying to do about this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And I'm just kind of listening like, yeah. But in the back of my mind, I kind of want to be like, yeah, well, nigga, produce this record and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, it's really one of the things I'm kind of prideful about, you know, especially with my pops passing. I got to pick up the torch now. You know what I'm saying? My era is hip hop. So that's what I do, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do.
Continue to do it. Heck yeah, man. The song Homage.
Yeah.
First song, bro. When I seen it, I was like, wow. Like I just could not only is he rapping, but he's really got bars. He's crazy with the words, man. And you ride the beat well. And you just attack it from a hip hop way, man. And it's authentic. I know that when I heard that, I know that you're for real a rapper. It's not no BS. You know what I mean? You said sometimes you got to make time for the fake time, or the fake. Or he said sometimes you got to make time for the fake time, or the fake time get away with the fake crime. Now you got to FaceTime at Wayside, what should have been a Wayside. Now it's on FaceTime.
Exactly.
Oh, what the hell? Let's go, bro. Wow.
Yeah, man. I mean, the cool thing about my hip hop too is I like to be relatable, right? Now they tell me I need to be introspective. They say rap about yourself, rap about your bar, rap about your life, and about, you know, doing movies and being an entertainer and so forth and so on. I was like, that's cool, but not everybody is that. You know, I like a person to be able to spit one of my bars and it may connect to them in something personally. You know, I'm not rapping about a nigga doing time in Wayside and now what should have been next to me on and the family is now actually on FaceTime. That's not me, but that's people I know and people I fuck with, people I'm affiliated with. So I know they'll relate to that. And I'm talking to them. Yeah, this should have been you, but instead this is what you're going through. Yeah, because you be bullshitting with these people that are fake as hell and you wasted time on that. You need to know how to lock in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's behind a lot of my bars. I used to be so, I don't know, abstract that it was a little too much. And I've learned to I wouldn't say dumb it down because people are smart. They listen, they hear it. And it's dope too. Like with this last track I did, I mean, there's so many things I could say about it, but there's a lot of, I don't know, they call them double entendres and hidden meanings and so forth and so on. There's a lot of stuff that's suggested in there, but I just wait for somebody to pick it up. You know what I mean? Like I think I did a thing when I released the first, because it's funny when I first reacted to Camron's thing, I went to the lab and I wrote. Right. But I said, I'm not going to lay these down yet. I'm going to get some opinions from the people. I got a good amount of followers. Let me see what they say. Most people are like, he didn't mean it. Other people say, well, shit, it's disrespectful. And you have every right to speak up. If you want to speak out, you can speak out too. And I'm like, you right. But then when I did the interview for Real Life Street Stars, and I told them, I said, now I got 2 songs written. I'll let you know if I actually lay them down. Then I went and laid them down. After I laid them down, I was like, oh yeah, I got to let these go. Right. But I didn't let them both go. The first 2 that I wrote, one was just a bunch of jabs. That's the first one that's really going viral. It's just kind of me just kind of laying it down out there for you.
Yes.
People that know. Cats with ear go, wait a minute. Other people go, it was all right. I don't know what people going so crazy about. Yeah, the people that are going crazy really see what I was getting at. Right?
Yeah.
The second one I wrote, I probably won't release it because he didn't respond, but it was a lot more anger, believe it or not. It was me going at him in ways that my people are like, don't do that. If he responds, sure. But if he don't respond lyrically, now you're going to really start some shit that may take it to a different place. And if you ain't really like that, don't do that. I'm like, ain't nothing about being like that or not being like that. If I feel it, if this is me, which is whatever I do is authentic. I don't make up shit. I just speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I was speaking my mind. I was talking about some points that, you know, like I said, they mad. It's the thing. The other thing I want to say, I'll say that in a second. But so the second one, like I said, I'm not going to release that. The one that's actually part 2 was what I wrote in response to the comments that he made online on my page. That since I run my own page, I look at everything. Y'all rest assured, I see everybody's comments, every single one. I delete niggas that's just disrespectful for no reason. I ain't gonna lie. If you just say some goofy shit, you're out of here.
Yeah, I do.
Your opinion, I'll respond to your opinion. We may go back and forth. It is what it is. But when he responded the way he did, I don't want no smoke, laugh out loud, with the little laughing emojis, I was like, okay, perfect. Now, now part 2 is born. Part 2, and again, you look at both part 1 and part 2, neither one were terribly disrespectful from my book. They weren't,
well, part 2. See, that's what I wanted to get to. Part 2 does get a little more disrespectful. But since we're talking about this already, let's go ahead. I have one more thing though before we get into that, because I want to break the bars down real quick. Part 1. Okay. Before that, I want to shout out Legacy. Legacy is a great song. It's for the people who don't know, it's a remix of his dad's song. Everybody plays the fool. And you said this is relatable. Everybody plays the fool, even those that are sharper than a tailor suit in gator shoes. Started as a young entertainer, getting paid in full. Put some aside for later mistakes. I should have stayed in school. Took the gamble. This lifestyle was sustainable. Don't ask me if I'm out here still eating. You see this plate of food.
Yes.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
That part when you said you took the gamble, did you have regrets of entering the Hollywood? Is that what you meant?
No. You take the gamble that what you're doing is sustainable. That if you start at a young age, that this is something that you can do until later on in your life. The gamble is I could have stayed in school. I could have had a backup plan as reassurance, or you gamble on yourself saying, nah, I'm meant to do this. I might as well ride this out. Now, it's easier to do when you have the earlier successes that I have. One show led to another, which led to another, which led to another. Wild and Crazy Kids, first 3 years of my career. Next 5 years, hang with Mr. Cooper. Next exact 3 years was Smart Guy. And then I hit Baby Boy. And by that time, now I'm 24 years old. You know what I mean? So I didn't really, I could have though, so I do look at as regrets. Yeah, I probably would have stayed more locked into the books and was more knowledgeable. Like I had to learn a lot of stuff on the fly, on the job. I kind of learned as I go, a lot of things that I probably could have paid a little more attention. I did the lazier route where all I needed to work at a young age was a work permit. All you need to have a work permit scholastically is a C average. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're doing all right in school, you get a work permit. Now you go make your money over here. I should have shot for A's anyway. You know what I mean? I should have at least went to some college, took some courses and stuff like that. Which is what I was, which I'm definitely telling my kids. They're like, oh, your kids are young. I know they're going to be in the business. If it's in them, it's in them. I already see it's in them. But I got to make sure that they're book smart. I got to make sure that they have everything that I could provide for them so that they're set up to succeed, as opposed to, oh, this is my passion. Hopefully I'll do it. Yeah, well, that's the gamble I took. And that's where we was at with that. But Legacy, that's what it speaks to, because it's my father's song passed on to myself. This is my version of honoring him and I doing the song together, because it's his voice sampled throughout the song. And then there's a breakdown right in the middle. Now, the breakdown I want to talk about real quick. The breakdown in Legacy is dope because of this. My father's hit song was Everybody Plays the Fool. My father's lyrically, vocally, he was unmatched. What he could do with his voice, some could only do with an instrument. And to show off his range, he would, after he would perform live, because he would always perform live, but when he gets to the end of that, he would do a breakdown and just show how he can run and hold notes and riff and so forth. That's that middle breakdown that's in the song. He always performed it live, but he never recorded it and released it. So that's what I did. I recorded it and I said, go ahead, Pops, give him some. And it's him breaking down his hit song at the end for the live crowd to let everybody know how he really gets down. And that's kind of just how the business is. The industry or the labels will say, this is your hit. This is your song. Everybody will love it. Then it is. But a lot of times that's not a favorite for the actual artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I can do better. I can do a song that has more runs in it, or a song that is this, or speaks about something other than just being goofy every once, or playing the fool. Everybody makes a mistake. You know what I mean? But that was his claim to fame, and he embraced it. So I was happy to do that compilation.
Awesome. So you did a song with Stylie Ray. It's called Not Alone.
Yes. Talk about it.
It was wild, and it was a little more. It was a deeper Big O, right? A deeper Gooding, and it was kind of your verse. You had two verses on it, and it talked about suicide. You're in the car in the video. For people who haven't checked it out, go check it out. Okay, it's Stylie Ray. It's called Not Alone. Go check it out right now because it's very deep. And you're talking to yourself from the passenger seat to yourself in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And can you just tell us where your mind was at when you?
So in reality, what happened during the making of this song, it actually spawned from me talking to a friend of mine during the pandemic. Now, this song, it actually coincides with a movie that I did called AM Radio, which deals with a guy who's going through mental health issues and alcoholism, who's a recluse. He worked at an FM radio station, lost his job because he had a breakdown on air, and now he works on the AM radio, and he's slowly building his fan base, which happens because one of the callers that calls in is a romantic thing happens, so it turns into like a love story kind of thing. But it also deals with mental health and so forth and so on. But the conversation that I had with a friend of mine, shout out to my homeboy Marcus Nash, is we were just swapping stories about life, just talking about this pandemic. And he was talking about what he's going through, and I talked about what I was going through. And the one common thing that kept happening is people kept acting like they were being attacked, like something was happening to them personally. Why is God doing this to me? And I'm like, it's not just you. The one thing about the pandemic that united the whole world is we were all going through the same hell. We were all having, to different degrees financially, sure. But at the end of the day, we were all humans that were scared as hell, didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if we were going to live, if we were going to die. They were saying it's airborne. Are we going to be locked in the house? Like, we were scared as hell. But the point, the message that God was giving me that I was sharing with is, you're not alone. No matter how bad or how hard you would trust me, there's people going through it. And you think, there ain't no way this is happening to other people. Oh my God, I would hear so many stories that are exactly the same. Like, this happened to me, and then my girl did this, and they had domestic violence issues, and they didn't know about this and that and the third. Was so many different things. So all of that kind of was wrapped together in me writing the song. And what's deep too, man, I actually played it for a friend of mine. I'll leave his name out of this, but he just wanted to hear it. And I swear to you, he broke down at the end of it and was like, are you fucking serious, bro? Like, you didn't think you can relate to it? People leaving you and being gone, and they're gone, but you're not alone. She's gone, he's gone, but you're not alone. Now I'm on my own. Now you're not alone. And he was just like, looked at me, and it's crazy because it almost sounded, after I wrote it, I'd heard it a bunch of times, but I played it for him just like in a list of songs that I had, and he looked at me like, really, you wrote a verse about me? And I was like, you weren't even on my radar of thoughts. But listening to it with him made me go, damn, this is deep. I'm sure it's really hitting home for him. And it's a lot of people that hit home for, and I mean that in no small way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the movie Baby Boy. How many thugs and gangster type cats walked up to me looking like you, that dude from that movie, and I buck up like, yeah, and they got emotional, like, bro, that was my life. That's me. That's the frustrations I went through in my life when I got out of jail trying to get a job, and they wouldn't hire me. They look at me like I'm this dude, and I'm trying to change. It's called rehabilitation. I'm trying to rehabilitate. That's that frustration. I could see. I don't know how you did it, bro, but that was me. That was my life. Thank you. That's all they wanted to say and walk off. And I was like, whoa. And that didn't happen just once. That would happen over and over and over again. It still happens.
That was a very important role for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, man. You know, because people, you know when you can tell when someone's just acting and when it's a little bit deeper. And there were so many layers, so many things I could relate to when I was reading that script that I was like, what the fuck? And the main one for me was that because I grew up as a child actor, I had friends around me that understood the assignment and protected me, right? Mm-hmm. We would get into instances. We would get into things. We in the streets of LA. It just is what it is. I didn't hide or shy away from nothing. I didn't have bodyguards. I just had dudes that understood the assignment. You know what I mean? They ain't these types that got the camera on us like, I'm here with Omar and da-da-da-da-da, fucking off their bag. No. They understood the assignment. So we had gotten into a couple of things. One of them things was something that I personally couldn't solve, if you know what I mean. They were like, we got this. You're not the guy that they call like, yo, get the heat. Let's go get these niggas. No, you got something to lose. We eat this out. And it was figured out. But to see this script where I'm the guy they call, let's go. What? Some little niggas jumped you? Let's go. You know what I mean? It was such a release because it felt like closure to me. I almost got emotional right now. It felt like it was a lot of closure. It was closure for me because, you know, the similar situations that happened in real life, God took care of. You know what I mean? I like to say, oh, my homeboys went and did this. Yeah, it was that you stay home, we gonna go see what's what. But at the end of the day, God took care of it. Those cats are either not alive or they got locked up, this and that, and blah, 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 and so forth and so on, without saying too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was never gonna be any closure on my end. I got this script, I got to release. The movie AM Radio was done during the pandemic. the emotions you see on my face. I had the pandemic beard and my hair was long. This was what we were really going through. I just watched George Floyd lose his life on CNN. And then the next day, we're doing this scene where I have to be emotional. What? I get the alcohol and I get the mental health issues. And then it's a love story and all this wrapped into one. And then I have to pull the gun out at the end. Like all of that was a release, bro. And then when I was able to, when they said, and cut, it was like they were clapping and people wiping away, like, you all right? I was like, I feel great. That was a release. You know what I mean? And we were able to do take after take, and I was just able to pour into it. But getting back into You're Not Alone, that's what I felt. That's what that song was. And the dopest thing about that video, when you see the video, that's actually 2 videos shot that we merged footage with. The very cinematic stuff you see at the beginning when my feet are walking, I'm in the car with the split screen and I'm acting, that's a movie film crew that filmed this. That was an entirely different crew that filmed that action. And then there's other parts of the video where you see it's me and Stolly Ray, and where I got the green screen, I got on the trench coat, I'm kind of rapping into the camera. The more hip hop stuff was an entirely different dude that shot that and edited and then spliced it all together. And then it came out to be something wonderful. So it's a good piece of hip hop. It's a good piece of cinema, and it's one of the times where I was proud to be able to combine both worlds of acting and hip hop.
Nice, man. Beautiful. Yeah. That was a beautiful answer, man. Thank you for that, man. That was a good clip. Okay, so, by the way, before I get into this is it. We're about to get to the. I know you're busy. You got stuff to do.
No, look down. Okay.
About to be there. I want to say real quick. Tequila and Lemonade is a summer hit, bro.
Yo,
that is a fire jam.
Real quick on that one is crazy. I was in the studio. I met some cats, and he was just like, let me play some music for you. And it was me and my man Roger Green Jr., who's actually the director of the movie that's coming out called News Cycle. So quick shout out to him. We were in there. We were trying to he was like, press play. And dude played a couple of songs, couple of beats. And we were like, not bad, not bad. And he was like, oh, this is one song I did. And all he had was the hook. I just put tequila on the lemonade is here. And we were going, what are you doing with this? And he was like, I don't know. I made it for some cats and they didn't want it. We're like, we'll take it. And we just went crazy on the bars with that one. And that was one of the times I ever saw a song that was just completely just waiting for bars. I was like, give me this. But everybody had played it for us. It's the same thing. Like, release it. That's a summer jam. That's a hit.
It's a summer hit for sure, man. Okay, I want to get into Camron.
Yeah.
Said this. He was on his show on his YouTube, and he said, no disrespect to nobody I'm talking about. No disrespect to anybody I'm talking about, but if you're Ving Rhames or Omar Gooding, he said Junior, but it's no Junior, guys. Y'all need just sitting around. I would have saved my money and shot my own stuff by now. A black actor has to sit around for a 50 Cent or somebody in his lane to come pick them up and put them in something.
Yeah.
That's what he says. And then this one you come in with fix your mouth.
Yeah. And that was simple, man. And the people that kind of go back and forth with me on it, most of the people understood where I was coming from. Like I said, I made a post on Instagram about it that just played that clip of him saying that while he's talking to 50 Cent about me. So I've already got an issue there. From now, him and I did a movie together about 10 years ago called Percentage. It starred him, myself, and Ving Rhames. Great film. Not bad. If you get a chance to watch it, you'll watch it. It was about 5 or 6 years after, it had to be even longer than 10 years. Anyway, after Baby Boy, and I always referred to it as like the East Coast version of Baby Boy, where Camron was the lead. He kind of had that Tyrese role, but it was nothing baby about it. Anyway, and then I played like his man, but from New York. And it was funny because I had a New York hat on the whole time. And every time I wanted to take it off, they were like, you got to keep the hat on. And I'm like, why? He's like, because that makes you the New York nigga. I said, okay. So and I talked to Camron for a while. And I told him I had some said, shit, I always talk about my music. And I played something for him. I sent it to him. The next day on set, he was like, yo, I listened to your shit. I was surprised. And I understood. That wasn't a diss. He was just being honest. He was an honest type of dude. He was like, I wasn't expecting that from you. And then I sent him another beat. We never wound up doing that song. It is what it is. But we worked together. You know my name. That was your movie. He was actually half of the producer's side of it too. Queen Latifah, Flavor Unit, and his company actually put it on. They called me, said, well, you wanted that? X amount of dollars. Let's do it. So you know my name, bro. So when you said Omar Gooding Jr., I just went, Two things went through my mind. For one, I'm like, damn, people just be doing that on accident, which is crazy. The other thing is I work fucking hard for my name. People need to know what the fuck my name is. And the more I can make out of this, the better. I also do music. I also have an album coming out and a single that I just released. Let's go to make an example of this motherfucker. And if he wants to get down, perfect. Everybody, you don't want him to answer. Okay, think that if you want to. But I don't do nothing half-assed. And I don't do nothing without thinking about it thoroughly. And I always think before I say, let alone do anything. That's just me. That's my MO. So the first song was that warning shot. That's why I said at the beginning, this is just a warning shot. If you want to take this the wrong way, then fine. But I'm going to make my point with this song right now. And I gave him every opportunity. But he knows what it is, I'm pretty sure. He listened to the whole thing and went, nah, maybe not. It's either not worth it for him, or maybe it's something he thought nobody would really care about. The opposite happened. Everyone cared about it and said, well, everybody cared about it, yes. Right? And they're like, either he responds or he doesn't. He either responds because he has to, because it's pride in hip hop, or he doesn't respond because either if he takes the loss, it's not worth it, or maybe he can't beat you, or maybe that, who knows? But I mean, rappers are very egotistical. We don't think we can lose anybody. I'll battle any fucking body. I won't say I'll beat anybody, but I'll at least give him hell. I don't know if I can take down such and such, but I give him hell if he say my fucking name. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that was. And then the second part 2 came from him responding with the laugh out emojis. Go ahead.
I want to see this bar real quick. You said this is the hard bar. You said I'm a problem. Don't be trying to poke the bear. Spit like I ain't got shit to lose, ninja. I'm down to take it there. I don't know why you playing. You're not a killer, man. Like Kenny showed us. There's plenty ways to kill a man. Yes, bro, when you said that, I was like, woo!
Yes, sir. That's how we started it all.
You murdered that, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, there was a lot of bars in there like that. It was just kind of like, if you pick it up, you pick it up. Some people can say, corny. I was like, corny? Interesting. And it's funny, too, when as a writer, as a writer, I was saying this to my man, and it's something funny that I don't think I've heard anybody say this, but I said it. There's a thin line between a bar, and corny. It's really a thin line. It depends on how you say it. There's a lot of lines that I heard from Eminem that sound plain and normal, but the way he said it, you're going, ugh, damn. And then there's stuff that you overlook that's super deep. So, some shit, I'll tell you right now, there's some shit, I write it and I go, damn. God gave me that one. I don't know. Like, I'll write it and then I'll say it out loud and I'll go, woo! It'll be just me in the room. Like, damn. They're like, what are you doing? Nothing. Just turn the mic on. I got to lay this shit down. But that's how that whole first one was. But it's funny. Like I said, I initially wrote 2 songs, so I was ready in the chamber, and I was like, let me write 3, let me write 4. But it only would keep going if he responded, because then you can get creative. I have to respond to the lyrics he says. I wrote a whole song based on his one tweet or comment, which is part 2. You know what I'm saying? But it was
part 2, fixing out part 2. I like you said. You missed the old Cam, sold his soul, call friends out they name for fame and say cheese, losing this behind bars all Diddy, no bumping grind, no kid around, that's R. Kelly. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, that was a cold one too. That was one of them I went, ooh. That was one
when I heard that, I was like, okay, he's taking it up.
Yeah,
he's taking it up a notch right there.
Yeah, and like I said, the other one that's in the chamber is it's a kill shot that it's not needed. It's not needed. So I don't want to go overboard if I don't have to. Plus, a lot of people are like, he gonna clown you. He gonna pull you on his show, and then he ain't even gonna respond with raps. He just gonna murder you on some other shit. I'm like, well, go ahead, you can try. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not bulletproof. I'm not, infallible. I'm sure there's some shit he could say. But that's kind of like what I did in the first one when I said he'll probably try this. He could try that. A la Eminem and 8 Mile. Yeah, for sure. But that's me listening. Yes. That's my hip hop here.
That's what people listen to. The part 1, Omar Gooding, he does the Eminem stuff on him. He says all the bad stuff about him before Cam can say it. Right. And those were the last 8 bars, kind of. You know what I mean? You could you try to talk my lack of bling or clown my net worth. Probably take a knee, but not the type that makes your neck hurt. Right. Oh man, bro, and those last 8 bars, bro, he's pretty much doing he's busting the 8 Mile on them.
Right. Which is, that's my homage to M. But it's still true, it's one of them things. Like, he'll probably try to do this, but we'll see. If you gonna do it, you better do it right. It better be clever. You know what I mean? But I'm ready for all of that, is what I'm saying. That's the whole thing about war. Some people just hop out and be like, fuck it. Well, what if he does this? Well, I didn't think of that. Oh, I thought all that shit. So
if I'm about to let you go. So if he does respond in the slightest bit, like on his radio station, just saying something dumb again, or a rap or whatever? Or are you gonna release?
Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. And like I said, I got one in the chamber, and it's funny because it's written. Let's see, the first two are probably about 2.5 minutes. That one is about a minute, because when you get to the minute, it's like, okay. And I even said that's enough. But like I said, if there was to be a response, well, then I just finish the song. Then I'd go another 4 or 5 minutes and just go crazy, because it just, it just is what it is. But hip hop really lives in me, man, and I never disrespect it.
Are you a fan of Camron? Do you think he's a good rapper?
Sure. What? Of course. It's so funny. Like my kid's mom, man. I was talking to her about it, and I was just kind of like, not about it. I just said, "Are you a fan of Camron?" Yes. She said it so fast. She has no idea what's going on. Like, her head's in the class. She's helping with the kids every night. So she got her own career and all that. So blah 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 blah. But she's like, I keep hearing you playing like what's going on? Something with Camron? I was like, I'll tell you later. Don't worry about it. But when I said, "Are you a fan?" I said, "Hey, were you ever a fan of Camron?" She's like, "Oh yes." And then listed like 3 of his songs. I didn't even think about, like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like, you're right. Hey, ma. Yeah, like, you're right. That is a bad boy. But that has nothing to do with the present. That has nothing to do with my decision to make these songs. My decision was based on the fact that I have a name that that I pride myself in. My father's gone. I'm carrying on his legacy. My name is Omar Gooding, period. I'm going to stand on that. If anyone mentions my name, say it correctly, or suffer the consequences of my opinion. Yeah. Suffer the consequences of my retaliation lyrically, on a podcast or on my platforms, and that's what I will continue to be. That's what freedom of speech is all about. And not to mention, I get down musically, so for the fans of hip hop, I got something for you. Always have, always will.
Awesome, guys, to be on the lookout, man. So right now, what are the projects that are coming up next?
So I got the album. The album is called I'm Him. We got Hold On Me. We're releasing at the end of the week. I'm gonna release I'm Him because every time I play it for somebody, like, man, you gotta release the song. So that's the title track to the album. So it's not just like, oh, I'm Him, nigga. Really, no. But I got a song that's I like it. So I got a whole album there coming out. I got another movie coming out. Shout out once again to Roger Green Jr., who is he's a beast musically and producing. He's wrote songs for everybody on the East Coast. So he's a monster already. And he just started directing films. He's been in films, but he just started directing. So the first film he directed is called News Cycle. When I read the script, I was blown away. I said, well, who wrote it? He's like, me. I said, I'm sorry. It's so good. I was shocked, bro. No offense. Just like what Camron told me, I was shocked. I was shocked that the boy was that talented. And I was excited that he got some people around him. So we want to see that film. We're excited about that. I got a new one coming in production called Black Smoke, which is about a cigar owner of a shop. That's my baby. I'm really excited about that one. That doesn't go into production until the summer. I'm also doing stand-up comedy, which is another thing we didn't really touch on. But right when the actor strike started, everybody like, oh, you gonna be out of work? I'm like, my ass, shit, I'm always working. So I went on the road with some comedians. We got the We Out Here comedy tour. Shout out to Charles Allen. Shout out to Charlie Mack. And one of the jokes that I do on stage as part of my material is the fact that my name is Omar Gooding and there's no junior. If you follow me on Instagram, yank through the timeline, you'll see it. I posted it a couple times. I'll probably post it again just to make a point out of it. But between that, I'm also doing a stage play in Milwaukee at the end of March called Bruh Man Needs Love Too, which is it's actually starring Bruh Man from the Fifth Flow from Martin. And we do an homage to Archie Bunker, like the black version. So that's it's hysterical. So if you get a chance out in Milwaukee, y'all pull up and see that. And I'm also developing a series with Bentley Kyle Evans. And I'm writing a series with my writing partner, S-Mail. I got so much. Awesome. I'm tired of talking about it. But there's a lot going on, man. You follow me, stay posted. I'm putting everything on YouTube now. That's like I'm late to it. But everybody's like, man, why don't you release all that shit so we can find it? So it'll all be on there in due time. Got the singles coming out, got the movies coming out, got everything going. And somewhere along the line, I'm going to get some sleep. But I don't know when.
Yeah, that's important. Shout out to Isaac Lopez.
Shout out to Isaac Lopez. Yes,
he's the reason why this is happening. He's the reason why we're even communicating.
Yeah, and I just started with stand-up comedy because he booked me for a couple shows out there.
How'd you like it doing comedy shows here in West Texas? How'd you like West Texas?
The hell out of it. I'm trying to get a couple more now. Are we trying to go back out because y'all? That's pretty much where it started for me. It's a lot of love that I've been getting out there. From there to Buffalo, New York. We just left Minnesota, which was awesome too. But I love Texas, man. Come on now, look more.
Yeah, we have a lot of hospitality, right? We get a bunch of Mexicans.
Yeah, y'all show love. Y'all really show love to comedians too. I sell merchandise now too. I felt left out when I was just out there doing it. Everybody else doing merch and like, where's your pictures and stuff so we can take something home? I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I got towels. I bring my autograph signed and my picture. I got shirts made with Omar Good, all that. I got the Wild and Crazy Kids shirts. It's fun though. So y'all showed a lot of love when we get out there. Y'all always buy a lot of merch. So
just the last thing, I promised my friend to ask you about Wild and Crazy Kids. Was that a great for you? You loved it?
Wild and Crazy Kids was dope, man. It was the beginning. So it was the first 3 years of my career, really. Well, no, it took me 2 years to book it. So let's see, from 13 to 15, I believe I shot that. And yeah, man, that was great, man. The first year was awesome. It was like, we would take everyday activities and turn them into game show type situations. And then we were taking over water parks. I went to Raging Waters and Wild Rivers and the Magic Mountain and Knott's Berry Farm. We went every damn where. So it was a dream come true. And then I got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. We had Washington, D.C. And we went on a tour to every city damn near in America. So every time I go to a new city, they'd be like, oh, have you been here before? I'm like, probably, but I don't remember being here. I was like 13. I'm 48. You know what I mean? So been a long life, man. But God is good, man. My babies keep me young. So I'm going to keep doing this thing, man.
Awesome.
Shout out to the LA Lakers, man. Luka made his debut yesterday, so I'm jazzed.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Everybody's talking about that right now, man. You happy? You excited?
Woo! Come on, you see me all Lakered up. You already know what it is out here.
Yeah, you know what it is, man.
Great. You see Kobe and Bang. You know what it is. But he's smiling down, going, "That's right, Luka time, baby." So the Luka Lakers, it's a new era. Really excited.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully the Spurs do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Spurs looking good too. My man's a Spurs, but shout out to Charles Allen. He like, what? Y'all just got Fox, right? Come on now. Y'all gonna be something to contend with. I think Dallas gonna be all right too. They got our old, well, I shouldn't call him a problem. Shout out to AD, man, Anthony Davis. We loved him over here, dude. It was tough not knowing how durable he was gonna be and him going in and out. That's why I was real sad when I saw that. I was cheering for this dude. It's the only other time I've cheered for any other team other than Lakers. When I saw him out there balling, he kept saying, I'm here. I was yelling at the screen. That's right, man. Let them know they should be mad that they got you, man. They sad to see Luka go, of course. But you got AD now. And then, of course, he gets hurt in the next quarter. It was just like, come on, man. Prayers for him to get healthy and uplift that city, man. And shout out to the Spurs, man. I appreciate you for your time, my boy.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, Omar Gooding, thank you so much for being here on Smokes World, man. Man, this is a big deal for me. All my people in West Texas are happy for me, man. And this is one of my biggest interviews today, man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, man. And
all right, man. We got to do a part 2 when I drop my single, so I'll keep in touch.
Please, let's do it. Please, man. Let's do it. Let's break it down. I want to do a full-on breakdown bar for bar, though. You know what I mean? I know our time was today, but I do want to go more
longer one for sure, so we can really get into it. Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, when you come back,
you be pulling out them little quizzes of me when I was 13 and I did a bar on busting. I'm like,
do your homework for the next quiz.
I'll be prepared next time.
You gotta do your homework. Hey, but if you when you come out to West Texas, I got a podcast studio. We can.
Oh, for sure.
I'll come correct and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, you gotta put a beat on. Let me get off. We'll get down.
Let's do it, man. Omar Gooding, God bless you and your family, man. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy, man. So thank you for this and keep on rapping, man, because you're very talented. You're very lyrical. You got bars for days. Keep on doing that for hip hop. You're very valuable to hip hop in my eyes.
Will do. All right, man. Much respect.
Bye. Guys, I did it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, bro. I did it, man. I did it. I interviewed Omar Gooding on my freaking platform, man. Damn. Who would have thought, man? Like, for real, like, who would have thought? Like, when I started this, bro, I would have, if you would have told me I was going to have Omar Gooding on my platform, bro. I did it, dude. I literally could not believe that it was going to happen until I saw his face on before we go live. I had the studio, right? So we chopped it up. And when I seen his face pop up on my screen, I was like, this is really fucking happening, bro. You don't understand, guys, what I've been bro. I've been like just researching. Thank you so much, Moke. Moke the GOAT, my God. Thank you so much, brother. Man, I love you forever, bro. Like, thank you for your support, bro. And thank you for you being a podcaster in the first place. So I already told you, you're one of the reasons why I started this, man. And tonight was a big night, guys. God, I've been racking my brain, bro. The past 3 days, I was thinking about the most perfect questions. I didn't get all my questions off, though, because we only had 30 minutes. He had to go. You could tell he's kind of getting answers in. But we went 15 minutes over, bro, and I knew that, but I was still trying to get every question. But I had more questions to get through. But he just said, y'all seeing it right now. He said we can do a part 2. So thank God. So because I told him what, because he almost didn't want to do it, but I kind of convinced him. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm a very good interviewer. I'm telling you, this is different. This is not like the other interviews you've been doing. Because I watched every single interview he's ever done. Every interview, guys. I'm not even playing around. Okay. He's done hundreds, and I've watched every single. I've watched interviews that he had that had 20 views, and I've watched interviews that he's done that had 500,000 views. You know what I mean? I watched them all, and I told him I'm gonna deliver something else. It's gonna be different. I promise you. I'm gonna study your bars. I'm gonna study your lyrics. We're gonna break down your music. Every artist that doesn't like a celebrity like him, right? He's an actor known for acting, and he makes music too. So it's kind of hard on him that nobody cares about his music. So that's why I knew if I talked about his music, he'd be very interested in that, because that's what he wants to do. He wants his music to get out. And so I convinced him, and he was like 100% on board. He's like, you know what, man? I really do want I appreciate you for even knowing about my music and this and that. So that's why I studied so hard, bro. I have way more questions to ask, but I will get to those questions. I have them here, bro. Telling you, bro. Hundreds and hundreds, bro. But what I did last night or today, this morning, I went and I picked the best questions, bro. I picked the 25, 30, the bars that I was going to go over, questions I was going to ask him. I was going to pick even though I didn't get to all of those, I did get the main questions I wanted answered. I got answered. The main questions. So that is just a beautiful home run, man. I can't believe it, bro. I still can't believe I had Omar Gooding on here, bro. Thank you. Hey, Ricky, my man. That's my best friend right there, man. Ricky, bro. Thank you, Ricky, so much for watching, brother. Thank you. Fire interview. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Moog, man. Thank you, guys. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what's up, bro. The most, I was like, oh, man, I was so nervous, bro. And I was just studying, and I feel like, but like an hour before the interview, I was like, all these questions are fucking whack, all these questions are whack. No, I'm horrible. I was just like giving myself a hard time, bro. Like, I literally like wanted to break down, bro, because I was like, all these hours, all this time, all this research, and I was just doubting my stuff. You know what I mean? I was just down. I was like, no, I suck. I'm a horrible interviewer. My voice sounds horrible, and I was just doubting myself, And that's what I do every time before I'm about to do something, I'm about to do an interview. I think the worst, bro. I don't know why I do this. I think about the worst things. I'm like, oh man, but that makes me perform better though, because when it's crunch time, I do my best, and I freaking try to organize a beautiful interview. And he kept on rambling off, though. He kept on jumping topics because I like to build up. You know what I mean? And he kept on jumping, and I was like, I think I still have to bring him back. You know what I mean? And I was trying to get the interview nice and organized out, which I did for the most part. Thank you, Moke. Oh man, thank you, man. Thank you so much. You delivered like a pro. God, that's what I needed to hear, bro. Wow, man. It's crazy. Thank you all, man, for watching, bro. For real. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go spend the rest of the night with my family, bro, my kids and my wife, and go eat dinner. And I'm gonna celebrate, guys. This is a big deal, man. Fuck. Can't believe it's happening. Guys, thank y'all for watching, man. Thank y'all so much. Be ready for the clip they're about to drop, bro. All right? It's gonna be everywhere. All right? Thank you, man. Thank you, Moke. Thank you, bro. All right, man. I'm gonna go chill with my family, bro. God dang. I'm just so fucking excited, bro. Tripping. Okay, guys. This is it, man. Thank you, guys. Let me know in the comment section about this. I'm gonna keep the live up. I might take it down in there too, because I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and it is on YouTube right now. But I'm gonna chop it up and clip it up and all that good stuff. Bruce Butler, what's up, my guy? What's up, my guy? Did you miss the whole interview? The interview was crazy. It was a classic. Some of my best work. I didn't get all my questions answered, but it's all cool. It's okay, man. I had to respect his 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Even though we went 45 minutes, because I kept on pushing it. I kept on like, oh, one more question. But he was a busy man. The fact that he gave me any time at all is amazing. He's guys, y'all don't have any idea you don't have any idea how busy he really is. Yeah, please go back and watch it, man. Please do. It was a great interview. We talked about so much. I even got stuff out about the baby boy, about his beef with Camron, bro. We got very strong topic. That's what I wanted. I wanted him talking about baby boy. I wanted to talk about hanging with Mr. Cooper. I wanted to talk about crazy. What is it called? Crazy and wild and crazy kids. And I wanted to talk about baby boy and the Camron beef. And I got all those topics covered. I did it. And I did it through his lyrics. I don't know if y'all are catching on, but I have a whole new interview style. I'm using their bars to tell their stories, guys. I've never seen anybody do it. It's my new interview style, and I haven't perfected it yet. I can do a little better, especially with people who I'm interviewing. If they jump topics, I usually tell my guests. I didn't tell Omar though, because his status. I'm not going to tell him. You know what I mean? Like hold up, be quiet before I can get my questions off. I let him ramble because he had good stuff to say, and he's a very good talker, and he answers very incredibly well. He's a very good person to interview. He's very easy to interview, but I did have a way in my mind how I wanted it to go, more organized, but he kept on jumping topics, and I was like, but it's all good though, because everything he said was great, It's just, I mean, the interview went great. My main questions I wanted answered were answered, and yeah, man, it was great, man. I can't believe it. I just still can't believe I interviewed him. Crazy, guys. Hey, man, shout out to everybody watching. Share, like, comment, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Smokes World. And thank you for chilling with your boy Smokes. We out. Let's go. Let's go.